How impressive was that performance by the defense that once you guys stopped scoring for a bit there, they were able to?
Yeah, that's how the Browns defense usually is. That's how they usually are.
Shedeur, 7 weeks ago, you came into a home game against the Baltimore Ravens, and you felt that you didn't play that well in your first opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say about your maturation and your growth since then to have this home victory against a division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'll say overall, I'm able to see the field and the game slow down for sure. I think the main thing is like, I just like throwing the ball. I just like throwing the ball a lot. And, you know, in some situations, you can't just throw your dog a bone sometimes. You gotta be able to know, like, when it's calculated risk. But, like, I feel like our players are better than their player, so I just gave my guy a chance. And we just ain't come down with it, and that's just how I go.
I ain't never lost. Never in my life.
Welcome back, YouTube world. It's your man BDB. Hey, listen, tuned into the NevaLoss pod. Hey, my boy Shedeur Sanders, man, Big 12 went out there and got the victory versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. He tried hard to spoil them making it to the playoffs. Now they got a clash with the Baltimore Ravens. Maybe a Lamar Jackson-less Baltimore Ravens, but you never know. Maybe he'll play, man. But a division rival game to get into the playoffs when you could have got in by just beating the miserable Cleveland Browns, man. I'm sure Pittsburgh was not happy taking that loss, man. Hey, we gonna check out my boy Presser. Hear some of the things he had to say, man. We might tap into Stefanski Presser a little bit, but then we gonna get into, man, what this win just meant for Shedeur Sanders, man, how it may have just solidified him as the starter for 2026, man, and how it's got Cleveland Browns media in a frenzy and upset some of these guys with just the way it ended up playing out, and the fact that now the Browns go from possibly a number 2-3 draft pick to dropping down to 5, and if they beat Cincinnati, which I think they will, possibly a 6 or 7 draft pick. So Shedeur just did himself a big favor by going out and winning this game. Let's go ahead and tune in to the press conference, man. Again, hey, I appreciate all y'all for sticking and rocking with your boy BDB, man. Hey, we're going to check this presser out real quick. Like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Talk to me, I talk back, man. Let's check out what Shedeur had going on in the presser.
At home for sure. I've been needing to win at home for a minute. So so that's what's good. That's what I'm excited for, that we brought that feeling back in this place.
Shedeur, you started out hot the first 2 series, went right down the field, and then there was a lull. Did they adjust to you, or just a tough game throughout?
I'm not sure, honestly. Like they got good players, they got good coaches too. So of course, whenever we're having a lot of success, they're gonna make adjustments and everything. But I haven't watched the film to be able to know, exactly. I know there's a couple passes, like for sure to get back down to the check down, to get back down to there. But I just didn't do it. So it's just something to learn from.
Shedeur, can you just maybe address the nice job that Harold Fannin did on the touchdown catch, and then how tough was it then to see him have to leave the game after that with the groin injury?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of we kind of knew going into the game he was banged up, so. It wasn't really like super surprising. We got great players on the hungry dogs. So Sal was able to come back in and be able to get his feet wet.
The conversation with I heard Snoop called you before the game.
No, I called him.
But just
I think I don't know. I gotta check my phone, but I think I had like a missed call from him, and then or text something. I don't know. Not just call him. I woke up like 6:30. Called him. I'm like, dang, bro, why you still up? And he was like, bro, I'm excited, bro. He was excited. They just got to win. And he was definitely words of encouragement and stuff for me. But that's just how he is. Like he not just doing that just because it gives them a chance. Now I think the overall person he is, and the time that we had spent together, he did nothing but speak life into me, and I truly appreciate him for that.
Shout out to Huntley, man. Good win for Baltimore.
Yeah. I would say just the relationship with Andre, for sure. We had a conversation, when he was going through it, and then since then, it's been nothing but up. So I'm very happy that he was able to get out that hole that he was in, and that he's able to see the other side of things. I think like that's the only thing I think about whenever I look at him, whenever I see him. I'm just excited. I'm just happy that he was able to see the other side of things.
How impressive was that performance by the defense that once you guys stopped scoring for a bit, they were able to?
Yeah, that's how the Browns defense usually is. That's how they usually are.
Shedeur, several weeks ago, you came into a home game against the Baltimore Ravens, and you felt that you didn't play that well in your first opportunity. What would you say about your maturation and your growth since then to have this home victory against a division rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'll say overall, I'm able to see the field and the game slow down for sure. I think the main thing is like I just like throwing the ball. I just like throwing the ball a lot, and in some situations, you can't just throw your dog a bone. Sometimes you gotta be able to know like when it's calculated risk. But like I feel like our players are better than their players, so I just gave my guy a chance, and we just ain't come down with it, and that's just how I go.
Hey, speaking of this, man, just pause and the presser real quick. I want to speak specifically to this because just wanted to show y'all this is what Shedeur means, man. The interception that he threw to Judy was a horrible ball. It was severely underthrown. He throwing across his body. He kind of drifting to the right side of the field, getting hit, throwing it across to the left side of the field or whatever. Just a super tough throw to try to complete. But I'm gonna just show y'all this. This too is a play. When he say, "I feel like my guy is better than they guy, so I want to give my guy a chance." This is what he's talking about. Now this is him throwing it to Trav, and though it's underthrown ball, he's getting hit. It's not the exact similar situation, but the defender is in a better position to catch this ball. But Travis Hunter actually goes up to fight and get this ball. Let me show y'all. I slowed it down for y'all. So look, 4th and 8. He rolls out a little bit to the right. He gets hit. Boom. Pops it up. It's underthrown right here. But what Trav do? Goes back, jumps up, goes and get it, man. If the defender gets his head around, he's really in a better position than Trav to go get this ball. But Trav stops and high points it and go gets it. And again, granted, a little bit better thrown ball, but it was still underthrown. Trav had to stop for it. He didn't get to continue running this route. Compared to this one, again, this is Judy. Now this one is more egregious to me because this one was a way worse thrown ball, but you'll see it hung in the air so long. The defender pretty much walked and stood. And Judy had plenty of times he could have ran around and got the catch. He could have jumped around and not knocked the ball down. Watch how long it hang in the air. And he just doesn't even try to make a play on the ball. Look, he rolls out to the right, but he's trying to throw it back across his body to the left. Judy was wide open, but it's so underthrown. Look at him. He didn't run. He didn't even box him out. He just stood. He just stepped in front of him. Man. And Judy just let it happen. Look how much time. We're going to play it again real quick. Shedeur roll out. You see Judy open. He tried to throw it back, but couldn't get enough under because he couldn't plant his feet. But look, Judy goes behind the defender instead of stepping in front. Like, as bad of a throw as it was, Judy had the opportunity to knock that ball down or step in front and actually make the catch, and he just played the ball wrong for whatever reason. He seen it was a bad throw, threw his arms up. That's kind of what Judy do if it ain't perfect. He just throws his arms up and lets the play, a negative play, turn into an even worse negative play, man. But I'm going to let Shedeur get back to it. But that's what he's talking about when he say, man, I'm going to give my guy a shot if I feel like he's better than your dude. I'm thinking he going to go high point the ball and go get it. But also, into that, when he say, I got to trust, remember when he was playing bad? And, after that, this was after the Raiders game when they played the 49ers and Judy was all mad and he like, man, I got to trust. That plays into the trust, bro. I threw a bad ball, but you didn't make me, look better by fighting forward and trying to catch the ball and trying to make a play or whatever. You made it look worse. Whereas if I throw a great pass, and you don't make the catch or you didn't run the route right or whatever, and I got to make a better pass. It's just like I can make a great pass and you mess up and I don't chew you up. But if I throw a bad ball, you're not going to do what it takes to try to save the play or whatever. And that's where the trust come in. Then it's like, hey, if you one-on-one, I can't throw that ball to you because if I don't get a perfect ball off, I don't know if you're going to fight. Harold Phantom would have fought for that ball. Isaiah Brown would have fought for that ball. Hell, I think Judkins would have fought for the ball running back. You know what I mean? But Judy just backed up, stood there, and I guess it's a pick. And it didn't have to be. I don't think it had to be. But let him get back to it, man.
A lot of the vets in the locker room are talking about how they're not really worried about draft pick position and stuff like that, and how really they're focused players about especially Joe. He said this is about setting a culture for a lot of the young guys like you in the rookie class. You talked about changing the culture here. How do you think that this win takes a step forward in doing that?
I think in the building and everything, we've been pretty consistent with what we've been doing. The only difference is now we got the result we're supposed to get, So I don't think the difference between a win and loss is a couple of plays. It wasn't about how you're going about your business, how you're doing everything. Everybody's going about their business the same way. Everybody's extremely locked in, extremely focused on what they got to do. But today we just got the result we was looking for.
Did you know Snoop before he was here with you in training camp?
Not personally, no.
So how did that connection between you two develop as quickly as it did?
I think because I always smile and he always smiles. I think that's what it is. And then we just talk, and just have a conversation about God and why he feels like he was sent here, just to give me them words of encouragement to keep me going and understand his story and understand how things panned out for him also. So he always told me be ready, and anytime I talk to him, he always positive, and that's kind of people with the same vibe usually get along with each other.
Did you watch this game last night?
I was one drive and then I went to sleep. I'll be going to sleep early nowadays. I feel like I'll be running out of time.
Even though this season didn't really go the way that you guys wanted it to, it really seems like there's a close-knit bond on this football team, a brotherhood. There's something special going on here. Can you sort of describe what that is and how you feel about it?
I think it's a group of guys that've been through a lot of things within themselves, and I think we all banding together and being one, through any situation, through things that we can't control. We all agree with a lot of things, and I think we the cornerstone of this team.
If you could give yourself advice from that first time you walked down the field to where you're kind of like this, but if you could give yourself a message today for the first time you walked down the field, what would you say? What did you need to know?
I would say definitely know you're supposed to be out there dominating. I think what you kind of got to understand also, sitting and everything like that and just watching, it's a mental thing. So it's dang, you start questioning a lot of things, and then sometimes you got to, me, before the game and stuff, I got have a lot of built up anger within myself, because that's why I got to play with that fire, with that different emotion within me, and I think when you go out there the first time, I think it's more of dang, this dude over there, they cool, but then when you actually out there, you're I don't care who it is, I'm trying to dominate them. So I think it's that. It's kind of what I do in the pocket sometimes, whenever people be falling and stuff. Yeah, kind of like that.
A little unrelated to football. I saw pregame that someone gifted you a really big carpet. How was that?
Oh, where's that at? You got it? Yeah, we got it at the house now. Yeah, I really love gifts. I don't think for Christmas I got much. So if anybody out there want to send me gifts, I'll post my P.O. box online and just please send clothes, anything, jewelry, bags. Because all my bags got stolen when my house got robbed. So appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, man. My boy Shedeur, man, how you not like that kid, man? He's dope, man. He's dope. So, listen, that game right there, that was an intense, dope defensive game, man. Steelers were doing a lot of things. They got a lot of good, smart defenders, man, but I knew Shedeur would have a chance. He picked them apart the first couple of drives. First 3 drives, really, man, he had his way. It was just a couple plays. He won it back, a couple balls that he underthrew. One that he kind of led them too much earlier in the drives, on them field goal drives that I felt like could have turned into touchdowns. He had one he underthrew a lot, and he had one that he overthrew. I feel like overall, the Browns D, they came to play, man. What really messed me up is the fact that Aaron Rodgers went out at Denzel Ward. He didn't go at him one time the whole game, but decided the last 3 plays to win the game, he was going to go at Denzel Ward. I just thought that was idiotic, man. There's a reason you ain't win at him all game, man. He's a lockdown corner, one of the best in the game. To throw 3 at him, and I know Campbell was having a hell of a game, and he was breaking up passes, but there's no way I'm not throwing that ball at Campbell instead of Denzel. You didn't throw at Denzel Ward the whole game, man. I would have definitely thrown it at Campbell and played the matchup that way, man. I don't know what the hell they was thinking with that, but shout out to Denzel Ward, 3 straight stops or whatever. Miles wrecked his game pretty much the whole game. He couldn't get a sack, but boy, he had a hell of a lot of pressures. He kept busting through, man. Miles was doing this thing. Shedeur, man, had a really good game, solid game. First half obviously was way better than the second half. I think for whatever Steelers do in them third quarters, man, they be shedding teams out. They did my Lions like this too. They just don't give up no points or yards in the third quarter. They have long drives and pretty much drain. It's like the third quarter don't even be existing for the other teams, man. They be draining out the whole third quarter. That should be kind of crazy, man. But I guess Shedeur, a B- grade, man. To play against the Steelers, a division rival game, to win that game, to play as good as you played in that first half, even though the second half, I think immediately when you got hit and threw that pick, that first pick, it kind of rattled him a little bit, even though that wasn't as far as just, you got hit, and it kind of messed up his confidence. But another thing that I'll be seeing happen with Shedeur is when everything is going right, especially when he has a big run, when he scrambles himself, or a big pass touchdown, for whatever reason, man, usually the very next play he does something crazy, man, something bad, a horrible play. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if he start getting overconfident or if he just, don't be completely locked in. Every time he get up and do a little celebration and throw the watch up, which, again, it's my boy. I love to see it. But right after that, man, he either come back with a horrible pass or a bad sack or something, or a delay a game or some shit like that, man. I want him to make sure he just manages emotions and make sure, he get the job done, man. Throw your wrist up, definitely. I would like to see it more after touchdowns than after first downs, only because I've seen him get that delay a game penalty a couple times, when after he did that, which that's just crazy to me. But overall, I was happy with his performance. He got the dub, man. And for his future, he may have just solidified himself for the 2026 starting role for the Cleveland Browns, man. The reason I say that is because now I think the Browns are in the fifth slot for the draft pick, maybe sixth. Playing, and they got Cincinnati Bengals, which they got a great chance. I think they're going to beat the Bengals next week, which will drop them to probably like the 6th or 7th pick going into the offseason. Where everybody's saying it's looking like it's 2 quarterbacks on the board, which I really Fernando Mendoza is okay. I don't think he's worth a first pick of the draft, but I'm sure they're gonna spend. Every year it's got to be a quarterback that's considered the best player. A top 3 pick. So he's the one they're anointing. I don't think his talents has showed him as, a big time. Like Sean King said, if you're going to spend that high of a commodity draft pick, then you're saying that you think this person is going to be a top 15 quarterback immediately coming into the league. And I don't think Fernando Mendoza is nowhere near that. Dante Moore shows, from the highlights I've seen, I've only seen him play one full game. Everything else has been highlights. His show, he got some tools, man. He just need more experience, man. Maybe he'll stay one more year in Oregon. Maybe he'll come out. But he definitely showing some quality tools, man, as a quarterback position. So, I like his upside more than Mendoza, but at the same time, he's not coming in and going to be a top 15 quarterback. I don't think neither one of them can hold a candle to Shedeur, especially after Shedeur just got, 6 games, about to be 7 games under his belt in the NFL. Then you get him a full off season and sky's the limit from there. They'll see that they don't need a quarterback going forward or whatever. So Browns get y'all a left tackle, then get y'all a stud receiver with that later first round pick, then all O-line from there, man. All O-line from there. Beef that line up, find y'all some pieces, make some trades, do whatever y'all got to do, but y'all got to get that line together. Hey, I'm happy, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hey, throw y'all wrist up with me. One time for 12. BDB, Never Lost Pod, man. Salute to everybody. Y'all have a good one, man.